Hello guys and welcome back to the second episode of our series so far. We're now on a Muzen cab. So basically, you know the dealio from the Agni video. We're going to go straight into the God Builder. We'll bring up our screen over here whenever I'm trying to reference a specific move. But yeah, let's continue. So to start off, I go Death's Toll, Morning Star and a Mana Pot. This can be used in both solo and the ADC role. I used it in ADC in the video and it worked out surprisingly well. I thought it would be a bit unsafe, but the 2 clear is just too efficient. It's really good, it gets the job done, and there's not much to really worry about in this build. It's fairly safe, there's nothing too ballsy. I'd say the scariest thing about this is going Transcendence straight off instead of getting a lifesteal item like Dev Gloves, which a lot of other hunters do. But the Transcendence is really good on them and it pretty much makes your 2 instant wave clear, and it's absolutely fantastic. So obviously you're going Transcendence because you do have slight mana issues, and due to your hives you will actually get HP 5, so it's only really mana that you're lacking. So with Transcendence that kind of cancels that out and you can keep laying down all your abilities, and it's really good hunter item. So we're going into Power Boots. I went Power Boots over Attack Speed Boots because the 2 items after that I really favour Attack Speed, and also his hive passive gives you Attack Speed, which would put you near enough the cap. There's no need for it. So after that, it's your choice. Acid used to be the way to go, and I still think it's a really good item, but right now in the meta, Soul Eater is a lot better. I've put it in the defense down here, but personally I'd go Soul Eater over Acid. It's just a personal opinion. Executioner, of course, is just too good an item to not pick up, and for your damage you've got all your crit items. I put Malice in there just in case you wanted to pick it up. I wouldn't personally pick it up in this build. It's still a good item, it's just not as good as Deathbringer, and you wouldn't want to replace your Rage because you have quite a lot of attack speed. For Shifter's Shield, I put that in as the defense item. It's just a lot of power, a little bit of protections, really handy for a fight. It does the job. Ancile, this is just... I don't even know if Ancile's that good on AMC. I just really like Ancile. It's just one of my favourite items in the game, and I think it's really underrated. This would be really good if you were up against a Freya, for example, or a Chronos ADC. I don't know if they ever exist anymore, but some sort of magical ADC. Sol, there you go. Sol, fantastic. That would be good for that. So Greater Purification, obviously, because you can't escape. As soon as you're hit by CC, CC is your biggest enemy in the game. If you get hit by CC as AMC, you better make sure you have a path to get out of there. It's really bad, actually. If you don't pick up beads as AMC, you're either versing really bad players, or you're a really bad player. RIP. But Aegis Pendant, obviously if they have a lot of high burst damage, or you want to just get out of the area, that's 2 seconds and not getting hit by a lot of damage. Combat Blink to get out of there fast. You have no escape ability officially. You have a movement speed, but you don't actually have an escape. So that's just good to get out of combat. It's really fantastic. Right, so abilities. This is fairly straightforward than what you might expect. I've actually done that the wrong way around. Well, not really, right? If you're going solo lane, you want to pick up your hive first. And if you're going ADC, you want to pick up your swarm first. So just swap them around whatever way you want to do it. You then pick up your honey, then back to your swarm, and then your stinger. So just keep leveling up your swarm whenever you can, and whenever you can't level up your swarm, start leveling up your hive, and whenever your ult's available, level up your ult. Basically, the priorities go ult, 2, 1, 3. So that's pretty much this. It's pretty much this done. This was quite a fast one. It's only 4 minutes long, but I'll actually go into more combat details because I wanted to put more kind of video references to this. So when you're going to clear the wave, obviously it's going to be your 2 that's taken ahead of this. For putting out some poke damage, I've got to say this is something that a lot of people don't do. The best way to actually poke damage at people is to put your hive down, then chain the honey to them, and just as the honey is ending, the bees is about to go off of your enemy, you throw the swarm on them so that the bees are reactivated. It's the most efficient way to do damage. It does the most damage for the smallest mana cost. Another thing I want to say is don't be afraid to use your stinger. A lot of people are kind of afraid to throw it in there, but you know, the way it works is if you throw your ult in and you hit someone, you can go pick it back up. But a lot of people try and save it for the last hit on the enemy so that they can guaranteed pick it up. But you gotta remember that it does apply a lot of CC if we go down here. Crippling them for 3 seconds. If the target dies or after 3 seconds, the stinger falls onto the ground for 4 seconds. Right, so that cripple against an ADC basically puts them on the same level as you. The biggest disadvantage to AMC is he doesn't have an escape. If you hit someone with this, they don't have an escape either. And you can outbox pretty much any other ADC. So this is an absolute fantastic thing to do at the start of a fight. If you know that you can push into that enemy, if you use your ult and your 2, and they start... If you use your 2, sorry, and you know they're feeling as if they're going to retreat, if they're going to head back, just hit them with the ult, just go for it. And if you hit it, they're probably not going to come back at you to try and defend that. If they come and defend that, then you're going to kill them. So it's pretty much all in the way you play it, but the advice there is don't consider your ult a last resort or a way to kill someone at the very end when it can be used at the very start of a fight, and you could get it up at the end of the fight as well because you've picked it up. So it's really good to think of it that way, and really use it, because I see a lot of AMC players just not using their stinger a lot, very rarely using it, but you should be trying to use it as much as you physically can without getting a massive cooldown on it and losing it. Right, so we'll talk about bees for a tiny little bit. So his passive basically disarms people for 1 second, right? Now this makes him pretty good against people like Rama and Artemis, but then again, Artemis you're not that good against because your stinger's not going to be effective on her because it won't matter about the cripple. But even with that, even without the ult, it's pretty good to have. If there's an Artemis coming at you hitting for 900 a hit and you disarm her even for 1 second, you can get a good 2-3 hits in with this build and probably kill her in that time, to be honest. So the good way to always engage this is when you've put your hive down and channeled your honey to the enemy, if you see the disarm coming up on the screen, try and get some hits in, box in there, and then come straight back out as soon as the disarm's off. Then wait, it's 10 seconds to refresh, but basically after fighting, if you make sure that as soon as your bees have been triggered off your passive, you go in and get a couple of hits, then go straight back out, just run forward, run backwards, and you will get so many extra hits in, and it will just play safe. Just play safe as him. If you go aggressive as him, you're going to get punished, but if you think sensibly about this, he's a really fun god to play. And to be honest, I don't play AMC that much, but see, making this tutorial, I've played him quite a bit, and he's, oh my god, he's so fun. I forgot how good he was. Like, he's pretty goddamn good. Like, oh, he's a fun god, and I recommend you try him out if you haven't already. But this is my build, and obviously I think I've only got him at 2 or 3 masteries right now. 2. But it's one of my least played gods, but I've been playing him quite a lot recently, and I feel as if I've picked up pretty much what I would like to have output from this boy. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.